is the assistant coach. And I'll point it out because you probably all already noticed. I've got notes. Coach Majeri came up with no notes. She's apparently very good at speaking and remembering everything that she wants to say, but I am not. So I have notes and I have a lot of notes. You're warned. Before I start, I want to make sure to take the opportunity to thank some people. First, a special thanks to my partner in crime, our assistant coach, Coach Mike. On paper, Mike is listed as our assistant coach, but really we are co-head coaches. I can't say enough about his commitment to the girls and the time, effort, and energy he brings to the games and practices. As I go on to talk about the successes of this season, I know that none of it would look the same without Coach Mike's contribution. So thank you, Coach Mike. I also want to thank the parents of the girls on our team. We have an amazing group of girls, and it is not lost on me that they are amazing because of their amazing families and parents. So thank you to the parents and families for your support throughout the season. And now I'm going to call my entire team up. Please, girls, if you can come up and line up against the wall as a group. I'm not done talking, I just want them up here with me. This team had a very successful season. We had an undefeated regular season in league play and advanced to the championship game of the playoffs, where we unfortunately came up 1 point short on the scoreboard. There were a lot of tears after that game, as you can imagine, because anytime you work as long and as hard at something as these girls have, it hurts when it doesn't end the way you want it to. There are highs and lows in anything you do in life, and youth sports is no different, and we learned that Sunday. The highs, winning, is part of what makes you love the game. It's why you keep playing. It's what you strive for. The lows, losing, is just as important, because that's where you learn and how you grow, and sometimes what drives you to work harder. And while losing is an important part of the development process, we know that 1 point we fell short on the scoreboard does not take anything away from how amazingly successful this season was, or how proud Coach Mike and I are of you girls and what you accomplished this season. Today, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on our successes of this season. Success can be measured in many different ways, and we'll hear about a lot of that today as all of the coaches come up and talk about the success of their season. It can be measured in numbers. For this group of girls I already mentioned, they were undefeated in the regular season with a record of 14-0. Beyond that, they added many non-league games against older 6th grade teams, and our overall record was 25-5. Still talking about numbers as a measurement of success, we scored more points than any other team in our division during league play, almost 200 more points than any other team, while giving up the fewest points of any team in our league. We averaged scoring 44 points a game, while giving up only an average of 11 points per game. As far as numbers being a measurement of success, I think we all agree that this team hit the mark. But numbers are not the only measurement of success. You can also measure success by looking at how far you've come and how much you've grown. The growth of these players is obvious to anyone who watched this team's games from the beginning of the season through the end. But Coach Mike and I had the privilege of not only watching them in games, but also watching them in practice. And for me, the growth that I've seen is well beyond my expectations. We pushed these girls in practice. We challenged these girls in practice. and they repeatedly rose to the challenge and were hungry for more. We introduced the 11-man fast break drill to the girls this year at practice. We first introduced it during our first week of practice, and it became a staple for us in practice and helped us to become a pretty good transition team in games. But it didn't start out that way. The first time we ran the drill in practice, we struggled. When we ended the drill, Coach Mike and I looked at each other and we simultaneously said, "That was ugly." But they kept at it. And 2 to 3 practices later, it was hard to believe it was even the same team running the drill because they had gotten so much better and continued to get better throughout the season, and is likely a big reason why we scored more than 200 points, more than any other team in our division. Another example of growth. To start most of our practices, we do full court layups. We set a goal for ourselves as a team for how many layups we're going to make in 2 minutes. Last year as a 4th grade group, our goal was 30. This year when we started our season, our goal was 50. Our first few practices, we didn't hit that goal. Our last practice of the season, our goal was 70. What did we hit? 80, right? So that shows growth. Yes, I'm talking about numbers again, but these numbers don't lie, and I think we all agree that those numbers show growth. So as far as growth being a measurement of success, again, this team hit the mark. You can also measure success looking at the friendships that were made and the bonds that were formed throughout the course of the season. These girls became great teammates, and I think that was easy for them because they became such great friends. The team concept can sometimes be a difficult thing for people to grasp at any age, and can sometimes be what stands in the way of a team's success. But we did not have that problem with this team. They had nothing but positive energy and pulled for and supported each other even when things got difficult. In fact, when things got difficult, they supported each other the most. A good example of this is the game that we played against Albany on Albany's home court. It is the understatement of the year when I tell you that things got crazy during that game. Anyone who was there can attest to that. I won't go into the details except to say that there was chaos going on all around us. And you couldn't understand it unless you were there to witness it. But in the midst of all of that, each time I pulled this group of girls over to talk, they were not fazed. They stayed focused on playing basketball and on helping each other be the best that they could be in that moment. And they made it look easy, because I think it was easy for them, because of the friendships they had and the bonds they had formed with each other. They trusted each other, they believed in each other, and they generated positive energy amongst each other, which helped them stay focused and win that game. As far as new friendships formed, being a measurement of success, I think once again, this team hit the mark. So, we covered the numbers, we covered growth, and we covered friendships, all as a measurement of success where this team hit the mark. At our very first practice, we talked as a team about what we wanted to do this season in order for us to consider the season a success. Our goals were to be good teammates, to work hard, give 110%, and get better, and most importantly, to have fun. Without a doubt, we achieved our goals and then some. Without a doubt, you should all be very proud of the accomplishments that you had this season. And without a doubt, I'm very thankful for having had the opportunity to work with each and every one of you. Congratulations on a great season. Now I will call them individually to receive their certificates. Kylie Damaris. Ava Ernst. Avery Geiger. Olivia Liu. Michaela Mazurik. Allison Nolan. Kira Organ. Caitlin Ryan. Audrina San Giacomo. Bella Van Bramer. And Alexis Wilson.